Hey, what's up? It's Hi Fan. Listen, I know this is my 4th Adventure Time video, but comedy comes in threes. Is that why I'm not funny? Yep. With something as popular as Adventure Time, there's bound to be some strange takes. But I feel like a take that started off as like a small group of people has grown way too far. And the idea that I'm talking about is the idea that Princess Bubblegum is actually the bad guy. I feel like maybe my video Adventure Time is not a kid show contributed a little bit. No, it doesn't. I'm lying. Because in that video I did a whole section on Princess Bubblegum, and honestly the really bad things that she did aren't what people are talking about. So today we're going to go over the common complaints that I hear, and we're going to decide together whether she's really a villain or not. I'm going to start with the elephant in the room. The complaint that I hear all too frequently is that Princess Bubblegum is a bad guy because she led on Finn. Which is wild because like at one point in the show she was literally a ruthless tyrant that would kill anybody that got in her way. So the fact that you're hung up on this is pretty wild. Also, she didn't lead Finn on. That's what's so frustrating about it. Most of the time people talk about her leading him on. They bring up the episode Burning Low, and they say that when Finn became interested in Flame Princess, she suddenly became interested in him to try to manipulate him into staying loyal to her. And that's where like the famous edit clip comes from. This clip.
Bubblegum, I can't do this anymore.
What?
Now you like me?
Finn, what are you talking about?
What am I talking about? PB, I was in love with you, okay? And you didn't love me back. Now I'm ready to move on, and it's like, you're gonna build me up all over again. Well, I'm done. I'm done.
But like, if you watched the full episode, you would know that it was just Finn misunderstanding the situation. She wasn't doing it because she was jealous of Flame Princess. She was doing it because if they kissed, she would destroy the planet.
This isn't about some petty love triangle. Flame Princess is physically unstable. Her elemental matrix can't handle extreme romance. Glob, if Finn tries to kiss her, she'll burn so hot, she'll melt right through the planet's crust, down through the molten core. Then she'll be thrown back and forth by gravity until she burns out the world from the inside.
Like, you didn't even watch the episode. Not to mention she's 800 plus years old, and at the time Finn is like 14. But I bet that the people that complained that she led Finn on didn't know that, because they didn't even finish the episode that they use as their main talking point. They just watch clips and they're like, dang, I remember that show. Finn is the rebirth of the hero comet, and PB knows that. They later become like really good platonic friends. They're just genuinely friends, and Finn has no problem with it. When Finn is mad in the clip that contains the entirety of that argument, he doesn't understand the full situation. That whole argument is based on a situation that never happened. She truthfully only cared about Finn and Flame Princess because she was worried about everyone dying. She wishes that he hadn't fallen in love with someone that could kill everybody. Every other relationship that Finn has in the show, she couldn't care less about. But if she did lead him on, which she didn't, that wouldn't make her a supervillain. That would just make her annoying. Okay, so now we can actually talk about the actual bad things that she did. I don't want to sound like a broken record because I did already talk about this in my other video, Adventure Time is not a kid show. You should watch that video after this video. So I'm just going to show a clip from it real quick. She also made armies that were so violent and powerful that she could basically remain in power as long as she wanted. But at one point she decided that the army that she had made was too powerful and too good at murder. So she was like, I'm going to do what any reasonable person would do. She committed genocide for all but one of them. The Rattleball Boys. The Rattleball Boys are kind of implied to be more like robots than people, but still, like, I'm not really gonna defend that. To be fair though, she doesn't either. She said that it was bad and that she wishes she hadn't done it. The entire theme of Adventure Time is change. And over the next couple hundred years, and by the end of the series, she's a completely different person than the person that we saw in those flashback sequences. I guess what I'm saying is if you want to call Princess Bubblegum a villain for the things that she did in the past, at least watch the show. At least just watch the full episode that you're referencing for your argument, because she did actually do very bad things, but she also does a lot of really great things throughout the show. I didn't actually initially think that I was going to bring this point up in this video, but I've thought about it while editing, and I do think that it's important to mention that she did reject him multiple times. I think that it's a dangerous thought process to have, to think that somebody who's told you that they're not interested in you, but still continues to be your friend, is leading you on in some way. It's okay, it doesn't make them a bad guy, and it doesn't make you a bad guy. There's nothing wrong with you, it's just not going to work out in that way. Since a lot of people imagine it in a negative perspective. I want you to maybe put yourself in their shoes. I want you to imagine that your best friend that you don't think of romantically says that they have a crush on you, and you still want to be their friend. So you tell them like, hey, sorry, I'm not interested, but I still want to be your friend. Being friends with someone with no romantic intent doesn't make you a supervillain. I just feel like calling someone who does that a bad person is maybe going down a bad path. I don't know, man. It's been fun, you know. You're all great, and it means a lot that you care. Thanks. Bye, I love you.
Want a break from the ads? If you tap now to